Hello, everybody. Hope everything's well. And as always, let's jump right into this. Now, you're probably familiar with this book. I talked about it in my video, Nothing is Everything, talking about An Suf, also known as the Absolute. I want to devolve more into that, talking about the Absolute, which is chaos, aka melanin. Okay. Now, it says here the Absolute has no direct contact with creation, yet it permeates through the matrix of the universe. That dark matter, which that's what they're calling it. Okay. Supporting it like the silence behind every sound. Without this negative reality, nothing would come into existence, as shadow cannot manifest without light. Here in the relative world, we move among particles and waves, never suspecting that what we touch is always disappearing and what we see is not really there. Solidity is a charade, a temporary state of nothing, frozen for a time into a form that is familiar to us, who are ourselves but travelers in the ever-changing scenery called Earth. Now, if you see my video, The End of the Demiurge, it talks about how our universe is a simulation. And when you change these variables, it changes how the universe works. Okay? Now I want to read here, because this is my point here. All right, it even says it right here. Creation is separate from its creator. Even more than a modern production of Hamlet is far removed from Shakespeare. Yet creation bears its author's hand. Through the actors may interpret, the play remains essentially as the master conceived it. Okay? So we can try to interpret creation, all right? But creation is just a manipulation of what was already here. Okay? And when we talk about the absolute, we're talking about that nothingness, the essence that was here before creation. And again, that's where the melanated man and woman come from. All right? Now, in this video here, talking about the absolute, he even mentions why the Egyptians would use or put the statues in black. Okay? He tries to tell you that because of the absolute, but again, that is a reference, again, symbolizing where you came from. All right? He even brings up that the white statues represent the physical. And who's ruling the physical right now? Okay? Let me play this for you.
According to the Kabbalah, Ein Sof Ur is the limitless light, an empty, black, silent void that expands itself into boundless proportions, filling itself with metaphysical substance various philosophers have named luminiferous ether, or an electromagnetic azoth. This liquid light substance is an invisible, electromagnetic, radiant energy. Its vibratory emanations are far too subtle to be perceived by or through any of our dense senses. Being an invisible black light, 6,000 years ago the high priests of ancient Egypt declared, "Behold, our God is a black god, too brilliant for mortal eyes." This might help to explain not only the black Osiris, but also the black Madonna, the black Kali, and other deities associated with darkness.
You see, they're trying to downplay. It's saying it's not connected to the melanated man and woman. But let me continue on.
That said, the white Osiris is the manifest physical universe we perceive and which the Bible calls day.
Okay. Now, and then he gets more into the absolute and the dark matter and how that permeates the whole universe. Okay, I'll put that link in the description if you want to watch that whole thing. Now here, the 7 daughters of Eve, the science that reveals our genetics, quote unquote. Look where it says here, right here. Okay, after plotting thousands of DNA sequences from all over the world, Skies found that they clustered around a handful of distinct groups. Okay, among Europeans and North American Caucasians, there are in fact only 7. So they only have 7 genetic markers that link them back to their origins. This is what this book is saying right here. Okay? And if you go back to my video, Africans and Hebrews, same people, original people, you'll see that Africans have the most diverse genetics out of all people. All right? Because there's this genetic experiment that went on, which I've been talking about in most of my videos for those who are new. Okay? And you will understand now as to why the CIA wanted to be a part of this anthropological research. Okay? And how they funded most of this. Because this is controlled by, again, which I talked about in my previous video, by these beings, the Anunnaki. They've been doing this for a while now, and they keep things under certain procedures so people can't make the connections. Okay? But thank you for listening, and peace and balance to the ancient ones.